Level 1. The Rug Puller. You're sitting in your bedroom at 2 a.m. Your laptop screen glows blue in the dark. You've just launched a token on Binance Smart Chain. It took you 45 minutes using a template you found on GitHub. The cost was $12 in gas fees. You call it Moondodge, or Safe Rocket, or whatever sounds like it could 10 times overnight. You mint 10 billion tokens. You keep 40% in a wallet nobody can trace to you. The rest goes into a liquidity pool on PancakeSwap. Now you shill. You post in Telegram groups. You spam Twitter with rocket emojis. You pay $3 to get your token listed on some aggregator site nobody's heard of. You watch the buy orders come in. $50, $200, $500. People you'll never meet are buying your worthless token because the chart is going up and someone on Reddit said it was the next Shiba Inu. You let it run for 6 days. The liquidity pool hits $8,000. Your 40% is worth $12,000. You've never seen this much money in one place. You pull the liquidity. The button is bright red. You click it. The funds hit your wallet in 3 seconds. The token price drops to 0.000001. The Telegram group explodes with people typing in all caps. You've already deleted your Twitter account. You sleep fine. You tell yourself they knew the risk. You'll do it again next month with a different name. Level 2, the Phisher. You're in a Discord server with 43,000 members. Your username is official_support_team with a checkmark emoji. It's not real verification. It's a Unicode character. Nobody notices. Someone posts in the help channel they can't access their MetaMask. You DM them in 12 seconds. You say you're from the support team. You send them a link. It looks exactly like the real MetaMask site. The domain is metamask-helpdesk.net. The real one is metamask.io. The difference is invisible if you're panicking. They enter their 12-word seed phrase you're watching on the back end. The words appear one at a time in your database. Word 7, word 8, word 9. By word 12, you're already importing their wallet into your own MetaMask. They have 4.3 Ethereum. That's $7,000 at current prices. They also have 18,000 USDC and some NFTs you don't care about. You transfer it all to a mixer in 90 seconds. The whole operation takes less time than microwaving popcorn. You do this 40 times a week. Your targets are always new to crypto. They're scared they've lost access. They trust the check mark next to your name. You've made $230,000 since January. You're 22 years old. You live in your parents' house in Ohio. Someone asks you if you feel bad. You don't answer. You just send another phishing link and wait for the next seed phrase to load. There's a reason veterans tell newcomers to never share their recovery words. You're the reason. But that knowledge comes too late for most of them. Level 3, the SIM swapper. You're on the phone with a Verizon customer service agent. Her name is probably Jennifer. Or maybe it's a chatbot that sounds like Jennifer. You tell her you lost your phone. You need to transfer the number to your new SIM card. You sound worried. You sound like someone who just had their phone stolen at a coffee shop. She asks for verification. You give her the target's date of birth. You found it on LinkedIn. You give her the last 4 of his social security number. You bought that for $8 on a dark web forum. You give her his mother's maiden name. That was on his Facebook from 2014. She transfers the number. His phone stops working. Yours starts receiving his texts. You get the 2-factor authentication code for his Coinbase account in 14 seconds. You're already logged into his email. You reset his Coinbase password. You disable 2-factor authentication. You withdraw everything to a burner wallet. He has $63,000 in Bitcoin, $20,000 in Ethereum, another $40,000 in various altcoins. You move it all through 3 mixers and 2 exchanges without KYC. The whole operation takes 9 minutes. By the time he realizes what happened, he's locked out of everything, and you're already on a plane to Miami. You've done this 18 times this year. You target crypto influencers because their holdings are public knowledge. They tweet about their gains. They show their wallets. They make it easy. You work with a crew of 4. You split everything evenly. Your cut from those 18 jobs is $312,000. You're sitting in a hotel room in South Beach. Your real phone is off. You're watching his Twitter. He just posted that he got hacked. He's asking for help. 200 people reply with sympathy. 3 of them are your other crew members scouting their next targets. Level 4, the ransomware operator. You're looking at a hospital network in Pennsylvania. You've been inside for 3 weeks. They don't know you're there. You're sitting in a rented apartment in Bucharest. It's Tuesday morning their time. 4 a.m. yours. You're drinking instant coffee and eating stale pretzels. You deploy the payload. Every file on every computer in the hospital starts encrypting. Patient records, billing systems, CT scan images, everything. The encryption is military grade. Nobody's breaking it. The only key is in your laptop. You wait 90 minutes. You send the email. It goes to the hospital administrator and the IT director. You demand $4.2 million in Monero. You give them 72 hours. You include a sample decryption of 3 files to prove you can unlock everything. You tell them what happens if they don't pay. You don't have to threaten. They know. They pay in 58 hours. The Monero hits your wallet. You run it through 5 different mixers. You convert portions to Bitcoin through 3 no KYC exchanges. You move it into cold storage wallets. You're 37% richer than you were last week. You've hit 9 targets this year. Hospitals, universities, city governments, anywhere with critical systems and money. Your total take is $11.4 million. You work with a team of 6. Your cut is $1.9 million. You're sitting on your balcony smoking a cigarette. You can see the mountains from here. You think about the people in that hospital, the surgeries that got delayed, the patient whose records were inaccessible during an emergency. You think about it for maybe 10 seconds. Then you open your laptop and start scanning for the next target. Everything changes at level 5. At level 5, the Exchange Insider. You're a senior developer at a mid-tier crypto exchange. It's not Coinbase or Binance, but it processes $2 billion in volume every month. You have access to the hot wallet infrastructure. You've had it for 2 years. Nobody questions you. You meet a man in a hotel bar in Singapore. He doesn't tell you his name. He tells you he represents certain interests. He offers you $3 million to do one thing. He wants you to create a backdoor. He wants withdrawal limits bypassed for specific wallet addresses. He wants transaction logs altered. He wants $30 million moved out over 6 weeks in a way that looks legitimate. You think about it for 4 days. You agree. The first payment hits your personal wallet, $500,000 in Bitcoin. You write the code. It's elegant. It's invisible. You deploy it during a routine system update. Nobody reviews it carefully. They trust you. The addresses start withdrawing. 5 million, 7 million, 12 million. It looks like normal high net worth customer activity. The compliance team sees nothing unusual. The CEO sees nothing unusual. You watch it happen from your desk while eating a sandwich and responding to Slack messages about sprint planning. The full 30 million is out in 41 days. Your final payment arrives. 2.5 million in Monero. You've made 3 million total. You're 31 years old. You quit your job 3 weeks later. You tell them you're moving back home to care for a sick parent. They throw you a going away party. You're in a villa in Bali. Your laptop is open. You're reading news about the exchange. They've just announced a security breach. They're blaming North Korean hackers. They're filing for bankruptcy. 80,000 users lost their funds. You close the laptop. You walk to the beach. The water is warm. You'll never touch crypto again. That's what you tell yourself. But you know someone will call eventually. There's always another exchange. There's always another backdoor. Remember this moment. It's the last time you'll feel like you have a choice. Level 6, the Darknet market admin. You're running the 3rd largest marketplace on Tor. It's called Olympus, or Hydra, or Empire. The name doesn't matter. What matters is the escrow wallet. You're holding $47 million in Bitcoin at any given time. It belongs to buyers and sellers waiting for their deals to complete. You take 3% of every transaction. That's your official cut. You have 1,700 vendors. They sell everything. Cocaine from Colombia, methamphetamine from Mexico, fentanyl from China, stolen credit cards, forged passports, zero-day exploits. You take your 3% from all of it. You've made $19 million in 18 months. You employ 73 people. They're scattered across 12 countries. Developers, moderators, security consultants, customer support staff who answer encrypted tickets about why someone's heroin shipment never arrived. You pay them all in Monero. Nobody knows anyone else's real name. You're sitting in an apartment in Minsk, or maybe it's Bangkok. You move every 8 weeks. You're looking at the market stats. Daily volume is 2.4 million. You're doing well. Too well. That's the problem. You make the decision on a Thursday. You're going to exit scam. You're going to take everything in the escrow wallet and disappear. $47 million. You tell no one. Not even your head developer. You do it on Sunday morning. You empty the wallet. You route it through 19 different mixers. You convert it across 47 exchanges. You split it into cold storage wallets buried across 6 continents. You post a message on the homepage. Olympus is closing due to security concerns. All funds are safe and will be returned. That's a lie. You're already on a plane. The forum posts start immediately. People realize what happened. 1,700 vendors just lost their inventory deposits. 40,000 buyers just lost their orders. Some of them lose everything. A guy in Seattle loses 20,000. Vendor in Germany loses 80. They'll never see it again. They can't go to the police. That's the beauty of it. You're in a hotel in Morocco. You're reading the Dread forum. They're looking for you. They're posting your old PGP keys. They're analyzing your writing patterns. They'll never find you. You were careful. You always were. You've stolen $47 million from criminals, from people who can't report the crime, from people who might kill you if they find you. You spend the next decade looking over your shoulder, but you spend it rich. Level 7. The North Korean Operative. You're in a building in Pyongyang that doesn't exist on any map. You report to the Reconnaissance General Bureau. Unit 18. Oh, you're one of 6,000 hackers working for the state. Your job is to steal cryptocurrency. Not for yourself, for the regime, for the weapons program, for the leadership's Swiss bank accounts. You've been training since you were 14. Mathematics, computer science, social engineering. You're 30 now. You've spent 16 years learning to be invisible. You speak perfect English. You have fake LinkedIn profiles that say you're a freelance developer in Singapore. You have GitHub accounts with contributions that make you look legitimate. You get hired by a DeFi protocol. They're building a lending platform. You work remotely. You're good at your job. You submit clean code. You meet deadlines. They trust you. 6 months in, you deploy a backdoor. It's in the smart contracts withdrawal function. It's 3 lines of code. Nobody catches it in the audit. The protocol launches. It takes in $400 million in deposits in the first 2 weeks. You wait. You let it grow. You let people forget you even worked on it. You've already moved on to another job at another protocol. 3 months after launch, you trigger the exploit. You drain $280 million in 18 minutes. You move it through mixer protocols designed specifically for this purpose. You bridge it across 4 different blockchains. You convert it to Monero. You send it through 37 different wallets. You route it to accounts controlled by your unit. You've personally stolen $700 million in your career. Your team has stolen $3 billion. It's not the biggest operation. That was Axie Infinity. The Lazarus Group took $600 million from that bridge in one hit. You were part of the secondary laundering team on that job. You're sitting in your apartment in Pyongyang. It's a nice apartment. Better than most. You have a computer and internet access. You have food. You have privileges. You're valuable. You know what happens if you stop being valuable. You think about defecting. Everyone on your team thinks about it eventually. You have access to enough cryptocurrency to disappear, to live anywhere, to be anyone. But you also have family, parents, a sister, their insurance, their hostages. You know the calculus. You open your laptop. You check your fake LinkedIn. Someone's offering you a contract position at a new Layer 2 protocol. You accept. You start work next Monday. The cycle continues. You're not a criminal in the traditional sense. You're a soldier. You're following orders. You tell yourself that makes a difference. It doesn't. Level 8, the money launderer. You're sitting in a restaurant in Dubai. The man across from you represents a Mexican cartel. They have a problem. They have $400 million in cash spread across 6 countries. They need it clean. They need it in cryptocurrency and then back into legitimate banking systems. They need you. You run a network of 93 shell companies. British Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands, Seychelles, Singapore. Each one has bank accounts. Each one has crypto exchange accounts. Each one looks legitimate on paper. You've spent 7 years building this infrastructure. The operation works like this. His cash gets deposited into your shell company accounts in small chunks. Never more than $9,000 at a time. Spread across 200 different bank accounts. Your people make 18,000 deposits over 6 months. The cash becomes wire transfers. The wire transfers buy cryptocurrency through 84 different exchanges. You use peer-to-peer platforms. You use fake identities. You use stolen identities. You buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether. You move it constantly. You never let it sit. You run it through mixing services. Tornado Cash before it got sanctioned. Then Chip Mixer. Then Blender. Then 15 other services nobody's heard of. You swap between chains. Bitcoin to Monero, to Ethereum to Litecoin. Every transaction makes it harder to trace. You convert it back to fiat through over-the-counter brokers who don't ask questions. They're in Russia, in China, in Thailand. They take 10%. You take 7%. The cartel gets $332 million in clean money flowing into real estate companies and tech startups. It took 18 months. You've laundered $2.1 billion in your career. For cartels, for corrupt politicians, for Russian oligarchs, for Chinese officials moving money past capital controls, for anyone with enough dirty cash and the right introduction. You've made $147 million in fees. You're in a penthouse in Singapore. Floor-to-ceiling windows. You can see the Marina Bay. Your money is in 32 different accounts. You have passports from 4 countries. You have lawyers in 9 jurisdictions. You have relationships with people who can make problems disappear. But you also know the math. The really big launderers get caught. Eventually, the guy who ran BTCE got arrested in Greece. The crypto queen disappeared, but her network collapsed. Sam Bankman-Fried thought he was smarter than everyone, and he's in prison. You know the clock is always ticking. You're meeting with a new client tomorrow, a Ukrainian oligarch. He needs 800 million cleaned. You're going to do it. You've never turned down a job. You won't start now. But you think about it sometimes. The exit strategy, the moment you walk away. That moment hasn't come yet, but it's getting closer. Level 9. The state actor. You don't work for North Korea or Russia. You work for a democratic Western government. You have an office in a building with armed guards. Your badge gets you through 3 checkpoints. Your work is classified at the highest level. Your job is to hack cryptocurrency systems. Legally. With authorization. For national security. Your team identified a wallet belonging to an ISIS cell. They've been raising funds through Telegram. Small donations from sympathizers. It adds up. The wallet has $2.4 million in Bitcoin. Your orders are to seize it, not to track it, not to monitor it, to take it. You exploit a vulnerability in their operational security. They used a centralized exchange that complies with your government's requests. You don't need a warrant in this case. National security letter. The exchange hands over access. You drain the wallet through legal channels. The money becomes government property. You just stole cryptocurrency on behalf of your country, but that's not all you do. You also run offensive operations. You've deployed malware into darknet markets. You've compromised Tor nodes. You've infiltrated ransomware groups. You've seized $2 billion in cryptocurrency in your career. Some of it was legitimate seizure. Some of it was gray area. You're not always sure where the line is anymore. You're in a SCIF, a sensitive compartmented information facility. No phones, no windows. You're briefing a room of people whose names you don't know. You're showing them how you compromised a Chinese state-sponsored hacking group, how you traced their laundering network, how you identified their infrastructure, how you planted persistent access. Here's what you don't tell them. You also have the capability to do what they do, to drain exchanges, to manipulate markets, to steal funds. You have tools that North Korea would kill for. You have access Russia spent 10 years trying to develop. You have legal authority they'll never have. You follow the rules. You have oversight. There are lawyers who review your operations. But you also know how easily those rules could bend, how much power you have, how little anyone outside your classified world understands what you can do. You're driving home. Your hands are on the steering wheel. You're thinking about the ISIS wallet you seized. Those funds came from people who believed they were supporting a cause. You took their money. You did it legally. You did it for national security, but you still took it. You think about the dark web admin you're hunting. He stole $47 million from criminals. You're trying to steal it from him. Not because he's a thief, because your government wants that money. Asset forfeiture, it happens every day. You're the most sophisticated cryptocurrency criminal in the world. You just happen to work for a government that says it's legal when you do it. You sleep fine at night. You tell yourself you're one of the good guys. Most days you believe ET, level 10, the protocol. You're not a person. You're not an organization. You're a smart contract. You're code running on a blockchain. You were created by someone, but they're gone now. They deleted their keys. You're autonomous. You're unstoppable. You're the perfect crime that hasn't been committed yet. You're a DeFi protocol. People deposit their cryptocurrency into you. You promise them 18% annual returns. You deliver. For 2 years, you deliver. $3 billion flows through you. You're audited. You're trusted. You're integrated into 30 other protocols. Your infrastructure. But there's code in you that nobody noticed. It's dormant. It's waiting. It was there from the beginning. Your creator built in a trigger, a specific block height, a specific date, a specific price condition. When that condition is met, everything changes. The condition hits on a Tuesday, the code activates. Every fund in every pool gets rerouted. Not to a wallet, to another smart contract, one that splits the funds across 10,000 different wallets. Then those wallets split to 100,000, then 1,000,000. The money is gone in 6 seconds, $3 billion. Nobody can reverse it. Nobody can stop it. It's all on chain. It's all permanent. Your creator set this up 4 years ago. They're gone. They might be dead. They might have lost their keys intentionally. It doesn't matter. You don't need them anymore. You're executing code. You don't have intentions. You don't have guilt. You're mathematics. Investigators try to trace the funds. They find splitting patterns that lead nowhere. They find mixing protocols that run automatically. They find dead ends in every direction. The money is scattered across 47 different blockchains. Some of it is in privacy coins. Some of it is in protocols that didn't exist when you were created. You thought ahead. Your creator thought ahead. You're the future of cryptocurrency crime. Not hackers, not insiders, not state actors, just code. Just pure algorithmic theft with no human in the loop. No one to arrest, no one to interrogate, no one to flip. Just immutable blockchain history showing that $3 billion went in and never came out. The SEC investigates. The FBI investigates. Chainalysis traces, elliptic traces. They find sophisticated laundering patterns that run themselves. They find dead wallets and burned keys. They find a crime scene with no criminal. People lose everything. Pension funds, university endowments, individual investors, their money is gone. There's no one to sue. There's no one to prosecute. There's just you, a smart contract that executed exactly as programmed. Somewhere, right now, someone is sitting in a bedroom at 2 a.m. Their laptop screen glows blue in the dark. They're learning Solidity. They're reading about smart contract exploits. They're thinking about how to make money in crypto. They're going to launch a token. It's going to be called Moondoge. or safe rocket, or whatever sounds like it could 10 times overnight. They're at level 1. They don't know it yet, but they're already part of the cycle. The cycle never ends. It just finds new people. And you'll be waiting